Hello students, welcome to this lesson. This is Business Studies, International Trade. I'm Mr. Erastus Juma and welcome. In our previous lesson, we looked at some of the international financial institutions such as the World Bank, the African Development Fund, the IMF and the rest. In this lesson, we want to discuss another important aspect of international trade known as economic integration. Now, to integrate simply means to bring together. You've heard of a committee in Kenya known as the Committee of Integration that aims at bringing the different communities of Kenya together. Now, economic integration simply refers to bringing the different African communities together so that they can do business for their mutual benefit. Now, economic integration refers to a situation where two or more countries enter into a mutual agreement to cooperate with each other for their own economic benefit. They may do this by allowing what is known as free trade or relaxing some of their existing trade barriers for the member countries. We look at what is known as the trade restrictions in our subsequent lessons so that we understand better what is meant by the trade barriers and also how they can be relaxed. Now, economic integration is very, very important to the African communities and even to the countries that trade together. And economic integration takes different forms. And these are some of the forms that economic integration takes. We have what is known as the free trade area, also known as the preferential trade area, the PTA. And what do we mean by the free trade area? Just as the term free, the member countries agree to abolish completely or to minimize tariffs and other trade restrictions, but the individual countries are free to impose restrictions on non-member countries. Now, within the trading members, there are no trade restrictions, but a member country is free to impose the trade restrictions to other countries who are not members. Now, they include the preferential trade area. We have what is known as the European Free Trade Area. We have what is known as the Latin American Free Trade Area, and etc. and etc. It is important to note that free trade area has got its advantages and its disadvantages. And the advantages and disadvantages of free trade area are similar to the advantages and disadvantages of international trade. So if you are asked to discuss or to explain the advantages of free trade area, please refer to the advantages of the international trade. Then we have the custom union. This is where the members of the free trade area may agree not only to abolish or minimize their tariffs, but also establish a common tariff for the exchange of goods and services with the non-member countries. Please mark that they also establish a common tariff for the exchange of goods and services with the non-member countries. Remember, in free trade area, the non-member countries set their own terms of trade with the non-member countries. But in this case, the members set a common tariff for the non-member countries. And some of the custom unions that we have in the world include Economic Community of West African States, commonly known as the ECOWAS, the East Africa Custom Union, and even the SADC that we know. Then we have another one known as the common market. This is where the member countries allow for free movement of factors of production. The key word here is they allow for free movement of factors of production across the borders. People are free to move and establish their business in any member country. And the examples include East African Common Market, the European Economic Community, the Central American Common Market, and we also have what is known as the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, also known as the COMESA. Then we have the very last one, Economic Union, and this is the highest level of integration. And this is where the members of the common market agree to put in place a common currency and a common central bank. And sometimes they even have a common infrastructure, such as the railways and the communication networks. And an example of economic union in this case is what we have known as the European Union. In that case, they have a common currency known as the euro, which they have, and they also have their common central bank. They have common networks or the common tariffs, and most of their things they operate as if it is one country. Now, in our next lesson, learners, we will look at the importance of economic integration. But the importance of economic integration are also similar to the advantages of international trade. Thank you, and let's meet next time.